Hi, Facebook. How are you? Facebook, I want to say YouTube. Sorry, Facebook, but this is definitely going on the YouTube. So I just wanted to come talk for a while. So today I am going to be talking about invisible weight, right? So invisible, first I'm going to ask, and whenever you see this video, you can put it in the comments. That's my son. Say hi, G.
Hello.
We're doing some, what is this? Is this winter? Are we in winter?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess it's winter, but you know, I'm in Texas, so I don't keep up with the seasons. So I think this is winter. So I think we're doing just some mom off of work for 4 days winter cleaning, right? So today we, as you see in the caption, the title of this live is Invisible Weight. And so I just want to talk a little bit about what invisible weight looks like for me. So, and then in the comments, you can talk about what invisible weight looks like for you. So invisible weight for me looks like things that we are carrying that are not physical, right? Like, you know when you've gained 20 pounds, you know when you've gained 50 pounds, you know when you've gained 100 pounds, you know when you've lost 100 pounds, you know when you lost 50 pounds, you know when you lost 20 pounds. That's physical weight. That is, you know when you broke your arm, that's physical. All those things are physical, but examples of invisible weight to me is shame, guilt, regret, shame, guilt, regret, sorrowfulness, depression, what else? Just things of that nature. So those are all things of invisible weight. And so we want to talk about that for a little while. And sorry y'all, my dog, my daughter, it's a lot going on right now. But we want to talk about that for a little while. So some invisible weight that I think I've endured, maybe let's call it the last 2 years. You know where I'm going with this, right? So I can say in the last year and a half, because I didn't revert to Islam as soon as I got married. I did that randomly, sitting in the bed one day, watch TV. Literally. It was right before Ramadan, and I just decided that I wanted to do this before Ramadan came, so that I can feel like in my heart of hearts, I'm ready for Ramadan. For a couple of reasons. One, just watching my husband and his walk. Not that he ever asked me to convert or anything like that, but just watching him in his walk with Islam and the peacefulness that he had in regards to the religion. And so I knew that I didn't want to watch him do Ramadan by himself. And I knew I had came to the conclusion that I was ready. Because even before getting married, I never really was, like, I can't say that I was a Christian, but I can say that I was going to church. I loved, and still do love the music, the gospel music, and things, you know, I had a church home at some point before the children's father died. And so after that, I kind of just disconnected. So since then, for me, invisible weight has been I get a lot of, so can you do this? Can you do that? Is this a rule? Is this not a rule? And I'm like, people don't realize in asking those questions that it does put invisible weight on the person that you're asking, because now yeah, sometimes people make you feel like you're carrying the whole load of Islam with you, right? And knowing we're not, like everybody is. One thing I know, one thing people in Islam have told me is that this is my journey and my journey alone. It's not Abdul's journey. It's not the mosque journey. It's mine. So when being asked those questions sometimes, it sometimes feel like, what do you want me to say? This is yes, this is no, this is what I do. May not be the right thing. It's just what I do, and that's okay. It's like, leave me be. But I understand, I get it. And so that's one part of it. And then sometimes invisible weight is carrying the load of what normal looks like in relationships, as opposed, for example, family relationships. What is normal, right? So we carry the weight sometimes of what we think normal is. And sometimes that is given to us by, these days, of course, social media. These days, of course, you know, what everybody at work is doing or what everybody at school is doing. It's people who give us sometimes invisible weight, and not intentionally. You know, sometimes we just carry that weight on. But, you know, normal for everyone is so different. It is literally so different. The way I interact with my children may not be the way you interact with your children. The way I interact with my children may not be the way my mother interacts with me and my brother. The way my mother interacts with my brother may not be the way she interacts with me. The way I interact with my oldest is for sure not the way I interact with my youngest. The way I interact with my two middle children is probably the most similar of the way that I act with somebody that's alike, because I think I had the same child twice. Literally, I had the same child twice. So I think, and that's okay for your normal not to look picture perfect. We have to start carrying that invisible weight of what normal looks like. Like I've always said, I moved a lot. I have moved a lot. And one thing about me, I'm not ashamed to throw myself under the bus, if that's a bus to be thrown up under. I move a lot. I have moved a lot. And so everywhere I move, I always have wanted the neighbor where it can be Saturday morning and we meet at the fence and gossip and have our cup of coffee and blah, 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 blah. I have never had that neighbor. I have never had, as many times as I've moved, and those who know me know how many times that is. I have moved a lot. I have never had the neighbor I've wanted. I've never had the neighbor who said, hey girl, meet me on the porch for coffee. And we just sit there and swing our feet and watch the children play up and down the street, right? I've never had that neighbor, and I've always wanted that neighbor because to me that looks normal. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's normal for all the TV I watch. I watch a lot of TV. So maybe it's that, but maybe it's not normal. Maybe it wasn't meant for me to have that neighbor. I don't know why, but I've never had that neighbor. I honestly, and maybe I wanted that neighbor. I'm just talking stuff out now. It's because maybe I wanted that friend. Now, I have a very best friend. We just don't live near each other. And I can imagine if we did, we would have probably those Saturday mornings where we meet for coffee, or she come over, or I go over there, and we just gossip and talk shit all day. Well, talk shit for the morning. So I've never been able to have that interaction. And that is something that I've always wanted. That could also be invisible weight. I think anything that you've wanted or desired and have not been able to obtain can be invisible weight. So I'm coming here today to talk about that and to let myself know that it's okay. It is perfectly okay to let that weight go. It is perfectly. This year, my children took so much weight off of me. They took so much weight off of me. I don't even think they realize how much weight they have taken off of me. And I think they think it directly have to do with Islam, but it really don't. I've been tired. Of the hooting and hollering of the holidays. Like, I have been tired way before Islam. But because of them and because of what I and their father did to them, I always carried the weight that I would never be able to stop. I would never be able to stop doing these big old holiday things, Christmas stuff. Oh my goodness. It's exhausting. So this year, because I have allowed them to accept changes at their own pace, and I have allowed myself to meet them at the pace that they are. So it necessarily doesn't connect 100% to Islam the way that I've allowed them to transition with my new life, and it doesn't connect 100% for me allowing it to happen, if that makes sense. So I didn't just chop. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm a Muslim now. I'm not doing this, that, and a third. Like, I didn't do that to them because they have Sherelle, between 17 to 30 years with me doing it one way. And so I didn't think that was fair. And I didn't think, and I also think Allah would agree with me. Me and him, we got our own thing going on. He knows my heart, right? So, yeah, so this year, there was no tree at my house for the first time in 30 years. And did I buy anything? I don't think I bought anything. I actually bought the dog something. And so my oldest girls, which I'm so blessed to have, because none of my children, I know that's been a question out here, did any of your children revert? No. All my children still believe in what they were brought up to. What I brought them up to believe is that it's okay to celebrate Christmas and all the other holidays, and how they said Jesus is the reason for the season. So that's what they believe. And until they figure out how they want to live their life permanently, that's okay for them to believe that until Allah say it ain't, right? So that is some weight that was taken off of me. And man, it felt so good to just sleep in yesterday, get up, get dressed, and go to my daughter's house for the best breakfast. It was the best breakfast because I did not have to cook it. We came home. I did not cook dinner. I had some Uber Eats credit on my Uber Eats app. And I ordered us Buffalo Wild Wings. And I had a piece of salmon in there that needed to be cooked. I cooked that. So we had Buffalo Wild Wings, salmon, and French fries. And watched TV and went to sleep. And it's over. And I don't have wrapping paper all over my floor. I don't have to. Well, Abdul did get up and clean the dog mess out my house this morning. But I didn't have to. So I just wanted to come and talk about weight, invisible weight, with y'all, and that it's okay that you have the invisible weight, and it's okay for you to know that you are in the process of removing that weight off of you, whether it be hard conversations, whether it be distance, because sometimes to move some weight, we have to distance ourselves from people. And it's nothing that other person did. It's more so maybe you relying on a person for more than you should. And so you yourself have to distance yourself from that relationship so that you can find your own independence. And it's nothing. And so I think sometimes removing weight, invisible weight, is having other people recognize that it's okay, it's no beef, and it's fine however you choose to get the weight off of you, and that could be distance. It wasn't everybody's cup of tea when I got married, because I jumped off the porch and just got married, basically to somebody I didn't know. I definitely have a 90-day fiance story. Possibly 60. But we are going to call it our 90-day fiance story. So that wasn't everybody's cup of tea, including my children. But we are, and I am saying a lot. I don't know. I know I did not have to recognize that, but I just did, so it's okay. Part of weight I'm releasing. Also, me getting on here with no makeup, no lashes, no lip gloss, which I should have did that. But it's just, invisible weight comes in so many barrels. But I think this has been long enough. And I'm glad I was able to talk to you about it. And if any of this resonates with you, just comment below on how releasing or holding on to invisible weight is changing or have changed your life. And don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to this video, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Okay? Bye-bye.